How you guys doing? Jason here, FEMA Region 5. My Facebook article news for September 23rd, 2013. We'll jump right in it with Fukushima news, HuffingtonPost.com. Fukushima forever. Recent disclosures of tons of radioactive water from damaged Fukushima reactors spilling into the ocean are just the latest evidence of the continuing incompetence of the Japanese utility TEPCO. The announcement that the Japanese government will step in is also not reassuring, since it was the Japanese government that failed to regulate the utility for decades. But bad as it is, the current contamination of the ocean should be the least of our worries. The radioactive poisons are expected to form a plume that will be carried by currents to coast of North America, but the effects will be small, adding an unfortunate bit to our background radiation. Fish swimming through the plume will be affected, but we can avoid eating them. I mean, this has been going on now for almost, exactly 2.5 years now, since 3/11/2011, and this plume is already starting to hit the shores of Hawaii and actually past Hawaii, and are starting to come across California and everywhere else. So yeah, the radiation from just the debris that's getting carried in the water is enough to kill us for thousands of years and contaminate the earth. But we'll move on. DailyMail.co.uk. 2 suicide bombers attack Pakistan church, killing 85 people in deadliest ever attack on country's Christians. 2 suicide bombers detonated their explosives outside a historic church in Pakistan today, killing 85 people in the deadliest ever attack on the country's Christian minority. The Pakistani Taliban claimed responsibility for the bombing of the city of Peshawar, saying it would continue to target non-Muslims until the U.S. stopped drone attacks in the country's remote tribal region. The latest drone strike came on Sunday when missiles hit a pair of compounds in North Waristan tribal area, killing 6 suspected militants, Pakistani intelligence officials said. Now this is exactly what I try to explain to you, how U.S. war on terror is actually creating terrorists, but our tax dollars will keep doing that for another 20 to 40 years, as top U.S. government officials have stated that the war on terror could last. Let's move on. Hosted.ap.org. Egypt bans Muslim Brotherhood group. The Egyptian court on Monday ordered the Muslim Brotherhood to be banned and its assets confiscated in a dramatic escalation of a crackdown by the military-backed government against supporters of the ousted Islamist President Mohamed Morsi. The ruling opens the door for a wider crackdown on the vast network of the Brotherhood, which includes social organizations that have been the key for building the group's grassroots support and helping its election victories. The verdict banned the group itself, including the official association it registered earlier this year, as well as any institution branching out of it or receiving financial support from it, according to the court ruling made public on Egypt's state official news agency MENA. Now, what this is something we should do here in America. We'll ban Muslim Brotherhood group, of course, but what I think we should do here in America is ban the 501c3 ultra-Zionist lobby churches and groups here in America. Christians United for Israel being number 1, AIPAC number 2, and we can go on down the list, but that'd take forever. Let's move on. MrConservative.com. My administration is proud to be your partner. Obama's loving tribute to a Muslim Brotherhood organization. This includes a video, so if you want to check out this video, go to MrConservative.com. If you watch the video, you'll see President Obama lavishing praise on a religious organization he claims is the epitome of everything that's good in America. According to Obama, the organization is to be praised for its contributions to our national fabric, its efforts to advance interfaith understanding and cooperation here at home and around the world, quotes Obama. Its membership composed of, quotes, parents, good neighbors, and active citizens, and its tireless advocacy and commitment to America that realizes the full potential of its people. No wonder, says the President, that my administration is proud to be your partner. Wow, takes me back to the Ronald Reagan days when he had the Taliban in the White House, saying that the Taliban of Afghanistan was just as righteous as our founding fathers of the United States of America. How history seems to repeat itself, because ignorant zombies out there would rather watch football and listen to music and play the latest video game. Let's move on. Another MrConservative.com. College students say Obama is great, deserves Nobel Peace Prize, but can't explain why. There's a video linked to this, so if you want to get into this, go to MrConservative.com. College kids at University of California, USC, are 100% sure that Obama is a great president doing great things. He deserves this Nobel Peace Prize. But when asked why they feel this is the case, not a one of them could explain why Obama is so great and deserving. Not one. In fact, one kid didn't even know Obama had gotten a Peace Prize. I mean, Obama, the definition of Obama zombies is this article right here. Let's move on. Busted Ron Paul racist rant caught on tape. This is a good YouTube video. Let's listen to this.
I would like to believe that if we have a freer society, it will take care of blacks and whites and everybody equally, because we're all individuals, and to me that is so important. But if we had equal justice under the law, I think it would be a big improvement. If we had probably a repeal of most of the federal laws on drugs and the unfairness on how blacks are treated with these drug laws, it would be a tremendous improvement. Congressman Paul.
Wow. There goes Dr. Ron Paul, the racist. We'll move on to the next article. TrueOrigin.org. This is the Way God Made Me, a scientific examination of homosexuality and the gay gene by Dr. Brad Horeb and Dr. Bert Thompson, and also a Dr. Dave Miller. This article goes into basically scientifically prove there is no gay gene. You are not born gay. It's a lifestyle. It's a choice. Let me scroll down here to the conclusion. It's a really good dynamic study by these three doctors, so I highly suggest you check this out at trueorigin.org. This conclusion pretty much wraps it up, so I want to go down here and read this to you. Consider the obvious problem of survival for individuals who allegedly possess a gay gene. Individuals who have partners of the same sex are biologically unable to produce without resorting to artificial means. Therefore, if an alleged gay gene did exist, the homosexual population would eventually disappear altogether. We now know that it is not scientifically accurate to refer to a gay gene as the causative agent in homosexuality. The available evidence clearly establishes that no such gene has been identified. Additionally, evidence exists which documents that homosexuals can change their sexual orientation. Future decisions regarding policies about and or treatment of homosexuals should reflect this knowledge. So, this goes back to an article that I came across. It reminds me of how the homosexuals now are using the old civil rights movement for equal rights for the blacks, for equal rights for them. Well, there's a difference. You're born black. You have no control over being black or African American. You obviously, there is no gay gene. You're not born gay. You have control, and it's a lifestyle choice. But yeah, it's working for them in the court systems. Let's move on. Charismanews.com. Child who refused mosque field trip given a 0 for standing up for Christian faith. Controversial field trip to Islamic mosque has caused a Tennessee high school to revise its field trip policy. Basically, these kids in these religious freshman honors world studies class at Henderson High School, they visited a mosque. They didn't, and they were given a Quran and told to read it and write a report about Muhammad. A Christian student stood up and refused, and she was given some crazy assignment, a report about interrelations of religion and what, I forget what the whole report was about. Anyway, she refused because she didn't think that was fair. The other kid just got a field trip, and she has to do some kind of report just because she refused to go because it, interfered with her religion. She was punished for standing up for her beliefs and received a 0 on the assignment. Connor, his wife, met with school officials who refused to give Jessica a more balanced assignment in exchange for the field trip or change her grade. They told us we were being hostile towards Islam, Connor says. It's a very confrontational meeting. Their attitude was like, I can't believe you would question our motives with your children. He is hopeful that the school board will punish the teachers. So this goes on to, America is anti-Christian, and they're anti-religion when it comes to Christian. They accept anything else. They accept Islam. They accept everything, and they've taken as you can see, they've taken Christianity out of the schools already. And what are they substituted with? They substituted with atheism, evolution, and as you can see now, the Quran and Islam. Let's move on. Rawstory.com. I like to refer to them as rawsewerstory.com, a really biased, pro-abortion, anti-Second Amendment news organization. But here's an article. Atheist group plans to open more than 24 congregations worldwide. A London-based atheist group is planning to open church-like congregations next month in cities around the world. The Sunday Assembly announced over the weekend that it would open 30 new satellite organizations in 22 cities in the United States, Canada, England, Ireland, and Australia as part of a 40 Dates and 40 Nights roadshow. The self-subscribed Godless congregation was founded in London 8 months ago and gathers in 3 English cities, New York City and Melbourne, Australia. The group's motto is Live Better, Help Often, and Wonder More. The meetings feature electric guest speakers and enthusiastic sing-alongs. Wow, here you go. Atheism formed as a religion now, finally, with their churches and congregations and all. Last article, dailymail.co.uk, man has his penis amputated after deliberately overdosing on Viagra to impress his girlfriend. Old men, get somebody your old age, lay off the younger girls, it's not going to work. A man from southern Colombia had to have his penis amputated after he allegedly overdosed on Viagra to impress his girlfriend. The 66-year-old man from Giganta, Colombia, whose name has not been released, told a local newspaper that he intentionally overdosed on the erectile dysfunction medicine. He then is said to have suffered an erection for several days before being forced to seek medical advice. Now, I do know in these the commercials they ask you if you have a prolonged erection, seek medical help. But this what this guy did, and when he sought medical help, doctors told him. They informed him that his only option was amputation because it was inflamed and was starting to get gangrene, and they had to stop the spreading to other parts of his body. Well, that's my news for you today, September 23rd, 2013. Like me on Facebook. My name's Jason Kuhn. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out Infowars.com. And I will leave you guys with the song I brought you in on, Disciple, God of Elijah.
Sacrifice and dug up a trench and cut up a bowl and placed it on the wood. Put 4 jars of water right around. He said, do it again.